jock to engage the shaken enemy. This method of fighting had originally been developed to break up and destroy blocks of opposing spearmen or pikemen, but it was to prove equally effective against the chariots, cavalry, and javelin men of the Britons. In addition to fighting in lines, the Romans used other battle formations totally alien to their barbarian opponents. One of these was the wedge, which was designed to pierce the opposing line so that the Romans could then attack their enemies from the sides and the rear. Another was the testudo, or tortoise formation, used to protect the unit from missile fire when advancing. The smallest unit of the legion was the contubernium, or tent party of 8 men. In barracks, these men would share 2 rooms. On march, they would share a leather tent and a mule to carry it. The legionaries themselves would carry their own equipment and cooking gear. A century was made up of 10 contuberni and commanded by a centurion aided by an optio. Each century had its own signifier or standard bearer. The smallest tactical unit was the cohort, made up of 6 centuries and numbering 480 men. The cohort was commanded by the senior centurion, who generally left the actual command of the century to his optio. Each cohort had a signum as a standard. Until the middle of the 1st century AD, 10 of these cohorts made up the legion. This was later changed to 9 cohorts of standard size and 1 of double strength. Each legion was commanded by a legate, who had an eagle as its standard. The eagle was the most sacred symbol of the legion, and usually the most senior cohort. It was carried by the aquilifer, who was just 1 step down from the centurion. At around this time, the legions also required 120 cavalry men each, organized into 4 turmae of 30 men. In the main, they functioned as messengers and escorts. Each legion also had its own artillery, which consisted of 60 bow throwers called caraballisti and 10 large stone throwers called onagri. The technology required to construct these was way beyond barbarian peoples, as the Romans would call them, and they outranged bows, slings, and javelins considerably. The terror which these unreachable weapons must have inspired, especially when shooting flaming missiles at thatched wooden buildings, can well be imagined. Supporting the legions were cohorts of auxiliary infantry and auxiliary cavalry. The auxiliaries were recruited from the provinces of the Roman Empire and served for 25 years, gaining Roman citizenship on their discharge. Their function was to act as light troops and screen the legionaries from ambush or surprise attack. The auxiliaries were often raised from among the very people they were fighting. Their dress and standards of equipment were far lower than the much vaunted legionaries. Auxiliaries were often equipped with cast-off legionary armor and weapons. Adaptations and alterations were also made to uniforms of both legionaries and auxiliaries to suit local conditions, particularly the cold climate of Britain.
The Roman army, I've already mentioned, a highly disciplined force, a real killer war machine. And that same efficiency that you represented could be our word for the whole of the Roman state and of Roman civilization which came behind the legions. But it all based upon the power of the sword in the last analysis. Here we have an example of a Roman gladius, a reduction sword, 2-foot-long blade, very much a stabbing weapon rather than a hacking weapon, but could use it, put into 30, so the troops could use it for cutting firewood or cutting palisades, material from the trees, and so forth. The secondary weapon highly disciplined people. They also brought schemes of law, systems of law behind it too, because you want a disciplined population supporting the troops or holding the frontiers and paying tribute to Rome and so forth. So Roman law is still a very important factor in modern affairs, as part to there, and it is a very large part of modern European community law, isn't it? Still based on law.
The equipment and fighting methods of the Romans' British opponents were very different. And the majority of the British warriors were primarily farmers, rather than the professional soldiers which Rome fielded. Those would fight on foot in their family clan or tribal groups, using a spear, javelin, a long, heavy, slashing sword, if they had one. Slings also saw considerable use, especially amongst the tribes of the south and southwest. The missiles used by British slingers would usually be round pebbles. Roman surgeons had a special instrument for removing slingshot from the bodies of their soldiers. Although the range of a sling was inferior to that of a bow, a slingshot often did more damage than the arrows of the time. It is thought the series of ditches and ramparts found at the enormous hill forts which the Britons constructed, such as Maiden Castle in Dorset, were laid out with sling ranges in mind. Armour of any kind was very rare, most Britons having to make do with an oval or round shield, and the magical protection bestowed by the blue patterns painted upon their bodies with woad. The nearest thing which the Britons had to professional soldiers were the aristocratic chariot warriors. The two-horsed British war chariot was built for speed. Each British chariot had a crew of two, the warrior and his driver. The chariot warriors were the best equipped of all the Britons, but even they could rarely boast more than a helmet and shield for protection. Chainmail armour was expensive and very rare indeed. The armies of the Britons could field considerable numbers of chariots. During Caesar's second expedition to Britain, his opponent, Cassivellaunus, used a force of 4,000 charioteers to harry the Roman advance. A step down from the chariot warriors were cavalry, armed similarly to the foot warriors, but having the extra mobility provided by the horse. They worked best in conjunction with the chariots. Nearly 90 years before the time of Claudius, Caesar had observed the British chariots of war.
Genus hoc est ex essedis pugna. Primo, per omnes partes per requitat et tela conicium. Ipso terrore equitum strepit tu rotorum ordines plurumque pertabat. Et cum se inter equitum turmas insidua verum, ex essedis desilunt et pedibus proliantur. Aurigae iterum, paulatim ex prolio exedunt, atque ita curus collocant, ut si illi a multitudine hostium prenantur, expeditum ad suos receptum habeant. Vita, nobilitatem equitum, stabilitatem peditum, in proliis praestant. Ag, tantum iusum quotidiano et exercitatione efficiunt, ut in declivi et praecipiti loco, incitatum locos sustenere, et bredi moderari ac flectere, et pertimonem procurere, et in iugo insistere, et se inde in curus